The internet turned the gang culture goofy, and that's facts.
Cooking got it, cuz. Got me, cuz. I'm right here, Counter Swap me. Right here, long reason where the homies at. Put up right now.
What up?
Oh, that's how they get at me. This shit is happening. Can't believe that shit happening.
Drama time.
Ooh, they done came at a nigga backwards. Post shit on IG, sneak this in they caps. Ooh, that's how they get at me. Can't believe this shit happened. I used to be down bad on my dick, trying to get rich and make this shit happen. Ooh, that's how they get at me.
What's up? Jordan Downs. Y'all already know the deal, man. Y'all tuned in to Grape Street TV. And today, we gonna jump into this fast little reaction, and we gonna react to how the internet has made the gang culture goofy. And that's facts. So if you ain't hit that like or that subscribe button yet, that's what you need to be doing. But if not, y'all already know the deal with me, man. I'm gonna bust y'all across y'all head with some knowledge every time, man, straight up. And make sure y'all hit that bell for all notifications. So when I drop these reactions right here, they pop up on your timeline like the chicken pox. Boop, 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 boop. Y'all already know the deal with me, man. Listen, tap in. Now that I got y'all attention, we finna break this reaction down to the very last compound. And we gonna jump into the fact that, you know, how the internet made the gang culture goofy, because it always been goofy type of characters out here in the gang culture. You know, they just never had like these type of platforms to display the type of character and the type of energy they bring to the table. So it's like, you know, everybody chasing clout. It goes back to like everybody on the streets, how people run in the streets and they tell lies and they try to put extras on stuff to make themselves seem bigger than what they is. Now, you know, YouTube have gave these folks a platform to speak and do that and build it up. And not only that, folks is putting stuff on here that shouldn't even be on here. And that's facts. So we gonna take it to, like, you know, back in the G, like, they used to hit up on the wall, spray can, like, you know, when they wanted somebody, they hit up with spray paint on the wall, hit your name up, cross you out, all that type of stuff, you know. A lot of people wasn't even known by their monikers because a lot of people wasn't giving them out. But nowadays, you got people, you know, that's freely doing it, that feel like they should get their name out there in the gang culture, on the internet, incriminating themselves, embarrassing themselves, and embarrassing the whole culture. And it's not just the youth. It's a lot of folks that's older, that never completed the milestones, that feel like they still have things to prove. And they get on here and they don't understand that they tearing the culture down with the stuff they bring to the internet. We see these folks for who they really are. You know, it's folks out here doing things they should be doing as far as being on the gay side. You know, no disrespect to the gays, but I'm talking about the people that supposed to be in the gang culture and holding some type of reputation like they just straight and they keeping it real and they standing on that G code. You got rats out here. You got confidential informants. You got haters that's hating on their homies. You got just people that just speaking on stuff that they don't even got no business speaking on, as far as speaking on another person's politics. This is all coming to the internet, and I remember a lot of it started with people telling a lot of prison stories. It was a lot of cats over here, you know, like just telling stories about prison, and then they switch from prison stories to street stories. That's where the gang get wicked at, you know. They cracking cases on the internet. These people, you know, talk about people court cases. I was watching it like fall apart on the internet as I was speaking on it and giving it a reality check as far as, you know, the gang culture and speaking on things that was going on. And now it's crumbled. A lot of folks, you know, broke the G code. A lot of folks not who they say they are. A lot of folks is rats. A lot of folks is, you know, wanna be gangsters. A lot of folks is hood hoppers. All that stuff come out. And like I keep saying, it's the ones that's extra out. That extra out gang banging attitude, you know, on the internet. It make people believe it when they act in a certain way, but all the real gangsters in the street folks know that, you know, Real ones don't move like that. They don't move loud. They move under the radar. They don't want to be on the radar.
This is an OG call.
So it's like, it's real funny to me. Like, I'll be paying attention to a lot of these cats out here. And one of the crazy parts to it is like, you know, this got a lot to do with the new generation. Their new thing is kicking over candles, disrespecting the dead. That's something like that was never played with on the internet. When I start seeing that, that's when I know, you know, the culture was all bad. Like a lot of things was kept in-house, especially when it came to like exposing one of your homies from your neighborhood. It was consequences and repercussions. You was gonna either get down with that person or you was gonna get a DP. Now it's like people getting on here and using their homies for content, using the folks that they know for content, instead of, you know, finding a way around it to speak on certain situations and turning it into a reality check. Like a lot of people on here just stepping on each other. And if you watch YouTube, the whole platform looks goofy, full of goofy gangbangers, goofy gang members, goofy wannabes. The internet really like gave these folks access to destroy the culture. But another thing is, we probably wouldn't know a lot about a lot of these folks that's on here. So I really don't got nothing against like the bloggers that be exposing these rats, these petties and all that type of stuff, you know. That's good. But for the ones that's like being culture vultures, sticking one-sided, staying on, you know, one race or whatnot, then that's really when you consider a culture vulture. Like, you're no longer just speaking on situations or exposing people, you're exposing one specific kind. It is what it is. A rat is a rat. You're a rat, you'll get exposed, especially if you're a public figure. People are gonna expose you about things that you do, especially if you got that type of energy. It's a lot of folks on here with that bad energy and that fake tough energy. And we all know, you know, in the streets, it's a whole different ball game. Like, most of these folks you don't even see on the streets. Like, you see them on YouTube. But just being in LA, Watts, Compton, Gardena, Hawthorne, West LA, you rarely run into a lot of these folks that be on here talking all that gangster stuff. Yeah, this new situation that's going on in the streets, it's crazy. You know, they're accepting a lot of stuff. And a lot of folks don't want to be involved in it because it's all messed up. Like I said, the gang culture is trash. Gang culture is over with. It's done. Like, people just holding on to certain parts of it, and there's certain solid folks out there, though. It is some solid folks out there, but ain't no folks putting themselves on the line for what's going on out here right now. And that's facts. You could stick by the few solid folks you got, but ain't nobody crashing out for this. Like, they're accepting rats, petties, all type of stuff. All they gotta do is have a little bread or have a little motion. Some folks that just get a pass just based on, you know, what they got going at the time. And it's benefiting, I guess, the culture. Like, all the rappers they got like that just been making songs with rats, all type of different stuff, however they want to call it, you know. I really don't stick my nose into, like, on that rat situation until there's like solid paperwork and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of stuff going on that's being accepted on all sides of the culture, the hip hop world and all that. It's like the gang culture is involved with the hip hop culture because that's what these young dudes and some of these old cats are doing to pump their career up. They getting a boost off the gang culture, so when they get on here and talking all this tough stuff, it's people that been in jail with you, did time with you, you know, prison, YA, juvenile hall, camp. So you gotta understand, these folks is getting exposed. So with all that being said, if you ain't hit that like or that subscribe button yet, that's what you need to be doing. But if not, y'all already know the deal with me, man. I'm gonna bust y'all across y'all head with some knowledge every time, man. Straight up. Make sure y'all hit that bell for all notifications. So when I drop these reactions right here, they pop up on your timeline like the chicken pox. Boop, 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 boop. Y'all already know the deal with me, man. Listen. Tap in.
Hey, T, what up? Hey, T, what up?
Oh, that's how they get at me. This shit is happening. Can't believe that shit happening.
Drama time.
Ooh, they done came at a nigga backwards. Post shit on IG, sneak dissing they caps. Ooh, that's how they get at me. Can't believe this shit happened. I used to be down bad on my dick, trying to get rich and make this shit happen. Ooh, that's how they get at me.